Hi, hello, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast. Now, what was I talking about? My name is V Noir, and this week I'm doing a mini-sode because I am running out of space in my podcast thing, and it's the end of the month, so gotta do a quick one. And I didn't even really watch anything this week anyway, so I don't have much to talk about. I was gonna maybe re-traumatize myself by watching that animated movie My Friend Martin. I think that's what it's called. The animated movie that is about Martin Luther King, and it's like a time travel movie. Here, let me see. Let's double check. Yeah, it's literally called oh, sorry, it's called Our Friend Martin, not My Friend Martin. And I distinctly I'm saying I'm re-traumatizing myself with it by watching it because I distinctly remember going on a field trip. I'm originally from Georgia. So going on a field trip and they played this movie on like one of those nicer field trip buses where the TVs were on the back. I think that's what happened. And we watched it right before, and like there's a part, I mean, not that this is a spoiler, but there's a part where Martin Luther King Jr. is just like, no, I have to do what I have to do. And he like walks through time essentially. And in my brain, I'm just like, no, Martin, no, you're going to die and, get assassinated. And so we watch this. And then right after that, we visit his home, his like childhood home where he got assassinated. So yeah, re-traumatized myself by I could have re-traumatized myself by watching that. But yeah, I distinctly remember it was like a time travel movie where it was this little black boy, little white boy that gets sent back in time. The white boy is treated much better than the black child, and they deal with like segregation and all this stuff. Very informative, I think, as well. um but so crazy, eh, to then visit, his home and everything. But yeah, it was something like that. I think we could have easily just watched it um maybe the day before or a few hours before and then drove over to it because that was forever ago, and memories sort of clash, but I'm like, I could have easily remembered like a different trip that we took to like Tennessee. I just went on such a rabbit hole of like trying to remember what these places are called. It's just like, God, I thought it was Rock City or something. And either way, um yeah, I was thinking about watching that again, but didn't. And school is back, so I'm back to classes and stuff and needing to do homework. And then with like everything going on and white people yet again being like, our country is not like this. Let's just go back to the old police brutality or whatever. And it's just like, I'm tired. I am really tired, and it is really frustrating for white and like non-black people to wake up again and again to the atrocities that happen to black people in this country and have continued to happen since the end of slavery. And people, again and again discuss what's going on, and people turn a blind eye to it because it's like, well, that's happening to you and it's not happening to us. And now when it is happening to white people, it's like, oh no, now it's an issue, right? And it's like, no, it's like, we're not free until we're all free, which is like why everything that happens to marginalized communities is important, because similar to what's going on with like um any trans issue, it's like this isn't just about people being able to decide what they can do to their bodies. It is also ultimately about bodily autonomy and, not allowing your government to have control over that. That's why abortion rights are so, so important, because again, that it should be up to the person. The government should not have any say in what a person does to their body. The fact that, when you are imprisoned, you do lose your rights, and people in prisons get sterilized. Women in prisons get sterilized, like that is a thing that happens. And so it's like all of this stuff is interrelated to each other. It's not just a one issue thing. It does trickle down or trickle up, I guess, because, if people treat black and brown bodies as less than and as though they are separate issues to everyone else, when those when that same bad treatment is, being brought up to everyone else, then it's like, oh shit, this is a problem. It should just go back to where it was before. And it's like, no, these systems just shouldn't be in place at all, like in general, at all. And yeah, it's just such an interesting thing. And it's like today is like the like strike that people sort of brought up. And yeah, it's like a general strike is cool, but there isn't really anything else going on. Like, there's not like a general, it's such a weird thing that's happening because there isn't like a general set of like, okay, and here are the crowdfunding tools to help people who would otherwise not be able to skip out on work. Here are resources to get supplies from your local communities in case you did need to shop that day, and you want to be in solidarity, but otherwise you can't. Like there's not really things like that going around. Like there is things like that going around, but it's so broad. Like it's kind of weird how things are happening, and it's like I was seeing people complain about people being like, oh, well, no, no, no. I've seen people complain about the people that are being a part of this, like, no work wide protest, and it's like they're taking like half day offs or something, and that's like defeating the purpose. Like that's not like no. That's not what we should be doing. You should be not showing up. But I hope that people realize that, there's, you know, people could be doing more and there is more to be done. And it's not just about not shopping and not working. There also should be things like um funds and helping people and like being in community with people, honestly. Ultimately and honestly, like there's the people that could be handing out um like sustainable, not sustainable resources, but like things um like bathing things or pantry stuff and things like that. The community funds, like I was saying, of helping, like just there being like this sort of pot of money that can go out to people that would otherwise not be able to take off for the day in protest, like things like that. And of course, obviously you can say like, okay, well, who would be in control of that? And it would be like a large sum of money. So there is this level of trust that would have to be built around this, because there's like plenty of organizations that kind of were riding the coattails of bigger organizations that ended up just being scams and stuff. There's definitely people who put on activism hats in order to scam people, and it's really fucked up. And they aren't the things that are going to help people progress, but they are the reason that people don't have trust amongst their neighbors, So it's like, it's it's more nuanced than just not shopping for a day, not working for a day, and not I forgot what the third thing was, but it's something like how Amoeba, this company that, sells CDs and vinyls, and they host free concerts sometimes to help artists promote themselves and stuff. Like this, like they're closed today, I think, and then this weekend all their funds are going to go to like different immigration uh programs that exist, within their community. I didn't want to just say that without like actually shouting out the organizations that they are helping to fund. Like all their proceeds will go to for the weekend. There's only 30 days. Oh, no, okay, so they aren't closed today, but they are open today till February, and all the funds they make, their proceeds will go towards to support Charla and MDEF. And there are two organizations working for immigrants' rights amid the ongoing, I'm reading their posts on Instagram, raids and human rights violations perpetrated by ICE, DHS, and the current administration. We support our employees, both those who wish to work on 130 and those who don't. Charla is the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights. They are dedicated to advancing the human and civil rights of immigrants and refugees for more than 35 years. Charla has empowered immigrants to push policies that promote freedom of movement, full human rights, and the vigorous, vigorous? God, have I never actually read that word before? It's so funny reading in your head and then like not actually pronouncing things properly. Vicor, whatever. Civic action that strengthens this democracy. You can visit charla.org for more information or to donate directly. And that's CHIRLA.org. Again, CHIRLA.org. The org and the other organization, I'm deaf. Well, no, I'm not. It's Immigrant Defenders Law Center. Immigrant Defenders Law Center is a nonprofit social justice law firm that defends our immigrant communities against systematic injustice in the legal system. MDEF provides free legal representation, legal education, and legal consultations and drives nationwide systematic change through landmark litigation and powerful advocacy initiatives. And you can visit mdef.org for more information or to donate directly. That's immdef.org. Again, that is immdef.org. So that's like direct action, right? That's the calls to actions have been just kind of vague of like, no shop, no buy, whatever. And then like, what do you do with your time? And they're doing like a direct action of not only mm, having their proceeds of this weekend go towards these two different things that help immigrants. But it's also like, okay, you are more inclined to go out and shop and support them because you know that you will not only you will shop and then you will also be directly impacting these two places, and they're giving out the information so you could also just directly donate to them if you wanted to participate in the no buy of today. And yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's rad. And um I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know why I laughed even. Sometimes life is a joke. It's so interesting because it's like, okay, everything is bad, but somehow I still have to like, um, do this podcast for my mental health and hold myself accountable in that way. It's like sometimes things feel like it's too much and too big of an issue for you to have any impact. And again, it's like you have to be, um, you have to be in community with people, even if those people are annoying. Because, like, yeah, you're not gonna get along with everyone all the time. Like, that's just not reality, you know? Like, you could be overwhelmed or overstimulated. Like, of course, you're gonna find something annoying, like somebody annoying. Like, that happens. But whether or not you're mean to someone because of that is, that's your behavior, um, and your reaction. Things that you can control, And yeah, it's like be in community with people, help each other out. Yes. It's fine to be looking out for yourself, but it's like also fine to be looking out for other people, you know? It's like nice to just do something with no expectation of it being reciprocated or because you're trying to be like seen as a good person, you know? It's like no, just do that because it feels good to help someone, you know? But anyway, I am going to talk about movies even though I did not watch anything recently. I'm going to talk about the movies that I am anticipating for the year, like just in general, but also for the year. Starting off with like us being so fucking back with Saw. Like literally, I'm like, I like the other ones after the third one are just like, okay, I need to see Saw 10. I saw Chris Rock's version, you know, his in the universe Saw movie. I saw Jigsaw, you know, I just didn't see Saw 10, but people are saying that was good and it sets up for the next one. Tobin Bell has just been killing it as Jigsaw. But we're so fucking back because James Wan and Lee Winnell are coming fucking back. And I'm so fucking excited. I literally saw like a thing that was like horror girlies have like one horror movie and they make that their personality. And I'm like, damn, is Saw just my one horror movie? Because I fucking love it. But I don't love all of the I don't love all the movies, you know? Like I love Saw, I love Carrie. What's like another one? Friday the 13th is another one, but again, it's like I don't love all of it. But, you know, that's up to the individual. Like I don't have to love everything for this to not be my whole personality. Like my friend made me a cute little Billy the Puppet like felted doll. That's so cute, and I love it so much. I need an actual Billy the Puppet. And I'm like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're not a fan. But God, we're so fucking back. Horror is doing it. Like James was saying, I said that like he's my friend. James Wan was saying that he is coming back. He's gonna make it more psychological. It's gonna be more it's similar. It's gonna be similar to the first movie like I was saying with before, it's like love the first movie, the second movie is good, the third movie is like, okay. And then now all of a sudden it turns into these movies where it's like, okay, now what kind of fucked up shit can we put these people through, and just put it on a camera and show it. Like it just became more of like a torture porn-esque film series and I was like this wasn't the point, like what is going on? And I'm glad he's going back to just the more psychological stuff and Lee Winnell is coming back too and he's gonna write it. James is gonna direct it. I'm so excited. I was like, and then they were at Sundance. They are currently at Sundance because there was a legacy screening of Saw because that's where Saw was first screened in 2004 or whatever. And they bought Billy the puppet. He was around. They put him in a cute outfit and a hat, and it's just so cute. I was like, they had the little tricycle, like so good. Gave him a little hat, a little beanie. They, I was gonna cry because they have, how they have the lanyards and everything. It said Billy the Puppet on it, and I'm like, oh, you didn't. Like, I'm about to cry right now. I'm so excited for this. I'm like, it's the little things in life, that make you keep going and make life worth it. Um, but no, this got me so excited. And I feel like I'm gonna have to just like binge um all those movies. I have to get them all physically actually. And I want to get the original cover um DVD cover movies. I have the first one. and I have to get the other ones, of course. And I saw somebody do like a chronological order thing with the movies because it's like a lot of them are also sort of like, all right, so this one is technically in the past and a part of why Jigsaw is doing what he's doing. So even though this is like the fourth movie, this is actually taking place before the second movie or something. And I'm like, this is just so, what the fuck are we doing? You know, like it's a little crazy, it's a little convoluted, and I want to watch all of them again just so I could also kind of piece it together. I mean, honestly, like I love Saw so much. It is the reason that I even started this podcast because I wanted to just yap about these movies and just explain everything about it. Like that's how important Saw is to me that I even started a podcast just to talk about it and keep continuously talking about it because that's how much I enjoyed it. Like I saw it in 2004 with my family. Like I will not stop talking about that. Uh and I think that's just really funny. But I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, I'm like it's an important movie to me and I enjoy it so much. And yeah. Oh, apparently we're getting a director's cut, a longer cut of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, like a 3-hour cut or something. And I'm like, hell yeah, we're so fucking back with that too. Now you need to release that in theaters though, because I do not think I can sit through that at home. I mean, I can. It'll just take me like all day to watch it because I want to like be engrossed in the movie. Like I don't want to be like, yeah, dun dun dun, let's pause. Like I don't with movies especially, like honestly, I tend to try to pay attention to any sort of like creative media like that, whether it's a movie or a TV show. The thing that I put in the background and don't pay attention to is something like a Smosh video or a YouTube video or something. Like I try to be engaged with what I'm watching because I don't want well, one because like I put it on because I am interested in it. And like even with Smosh, it's like if it's a new episode, I do try to engage with it. If I want something in the background, I will just put on an old like Flip 7 video. That one where like they're all on cocaine is hella funny to me. And that's just like I just put that on or like putting on Spencer teaching the girls the Resident Evil movies. It's like not movies, games. Like that's just so easy. I've already watched it. I've already engaged with it, and I just want to hear people talk in the background. Like at that point, it's like treating their videos like a podcast, and I could always just put on Smosh Mouth as well because that is literally their podcast. I can't put on Reddit stories because sometimes that shit is just like depressing. I mean, as like background stuff, I'm like, no, because then at that point, it's just subliminal like messaging of making me upset. But yeah, we're so fucking back with Saw, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. We're so fucking back with Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, because I enjoyed that movie so much. The first one that came out in 2019. Because I was like, oh, they're not going to commit. I was so used to movies not fucking committing. And I think that was just like the trauma of Marvel movies like killing off someone and then they're not actually dead. I was so used to them not committing to that. So when this movie committed to the lore, which I don't want to get into spoilers too much, the trailer for the second movie kind of spoils it. But I am excited to see what else they're going to add to this universe. I'm surprised they're even making a second one. But I mean, it does end kind of like a where does she go from here situation. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for uh what's her name? Like of course I just had her name and it's gone. Is that it? Blah, blah, blah. I'm excited for Zazie Beetz' new movie called They Will Kill You. And I'm like, okay, horror movie, black woman. She's the main character, it looks like, at least from the trailer. Um and Yeah, I'm excited. That one just looks good. I'm like, I saw a teaser trailer. I don't need to see anything else. Excited for Boots Riley's new movie, I Love Boosters. That looks so colorful and fun and vibrant. He always does like these weird surrealist films, so I'm excited to see where that goes. Um, I did get some a little criticism, I guess, because there is this short film called Rainbow Girls, which has a similar plot of like women boosting, although specifically with Rainbow Girls, it is trans and queer women doing this um, to get like clothing and stuff. I haven't seen it myself, but people were pointing out the similarities to it and the fact that Boots was at the film festival when this premiered and the timing of his movie coming out was a little sus, but like it took so long to do a production. And apparently his movie was in like the editing stage last summer and this Rainbow Girls premiered in September. So like literally by that point he was basically done with this film. So I think it's just like unfortunate timing um of these two like movies coming out and them being kind of similar, but it's similar. I brought up the fact that like yeah, people kind of just boost in general. Like you could say that Rainbow Girls stole their idea from, something like Pose. Like people steal. That is a thing that happens. It is just unfortunate, like thematically, how similar they are, but stylistically, they don't look similar. Um, and like I hope that because Boots is aware of this movie, at least that he like shouts them out or something, or they come to a premiere or something. Like like there's a level of him maybe trying to promote these people as well, or their film as well. But I don't know. I'm not this guy. I don't know if he will do that. I run into him randomly, so maybe I'll just be like, "Hey, you should do that." But I don't know. Um, Blades of the Guardians. I haven't watched a action film in theaters in so long. I don't know why I avoided a little bit. But I need to do that, and we're so fucking back because Jet Li is in this movie, and it's so funny that I saw the trailer for this after watching him say or like seeing something about how he was retired from films and everything, and then it's like, oh, but he's in this movie, so it's like, oh shit. We're so fucking back because I was like, what's going on with Jet Li? Like I hear whispers of like Jackie Chan disowning his like queer daughter or whatever, but that seems a little bit more complicated going on because I guess she wasn't even in his life and then came around. But I don't want to just say that. I need to actually do research on that. So I don't want to just say anything that is against this man's character without fully knowing and trying to grasp the situation. Um, but it's like, yeah, growing up, it's like it was, Bruce Lee, of course, classic, Jackie Chan, and Jet Li. And Jet Li was in a lot more of the films that I enjoyed that were like kung fu and stuff and martial arts and stuff growing up because it was like Romeo Must Die, one, and what was another movie? Just some other ones. I can't remember, but those two distinctly. And like Romeo Must Die is like Aaliyah was in that. Like that was a good film. And yeah, we're so fucking back. Jet Li has a YouTube channel as well, which is really cute. And he's more he seems like calmer and like he has reached a level of like enlightenment or something. Like he seems like he's doing well, which is nice to see. Because I was like, yeah, I hadn't seen him in so long. And apparently, Blades of the Guardians is also based on a manhwa. I said manhwa. It's like manhwa, because it's Chinese specifically. I think it's a similar name as well. So I'm like, it's exciting. More Chinese cinema. Love that. I need to see more. Just foreign films in general, I would say. Honestly, I like more foreign films, more indie films than like strictly coming from Hollywood films, so need to get more into it. And yeah, I think those are like the main ones. I'm still like kind of catching up on the movies that I missed out on from last year. So next week, oh, haha, I did miss one. So again, we're so fucking back because Greg Araki is coming out with a new film called I Want Your Sex. He hasn't made a film in like 12 or 13 years or something. He's been working mostly in television, I think, during that time. And he's someone who is this like queer filmmaker who he did the Doom Generation films in the 90s, um Mysterious Skins, and yeah, no, he's just great. I love his stuff. It's dark, it's real, it's great. And I remember seeing something about how he was like, I heard that like youth of today aren't having as much sex, and that made me sad, and I made this movie or something like that. And I'm like, oh, he's funny. I love him. So yeah, I'm like, we're so fucking back with things I enjoy movie wise. Like, yes. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. He was a part of the new queer cinema wave. Um, that was happening in the 90s. And I'm like, yes, love that. Queer people in cinema. Queer people in cinema. Very important. And yeah. Oh, that's what I was saying. I am still catching up with movies that I missed out on that came out last year. So next week I'm going to talk about Mickey 17 probably because that was something that I missed and I was like upset that I missed it, but we're going to watch it because it looks great. And yeah, Hito was something I missed. I would say the only other movie I can think of that I was looking forward to seeing that I missed out on was Rental Family. So definitely have to find out how to watch that, and then I'll watch that as well. And yeah, thanks for listening. I don't know if I'll still have a Substack, so I won't say how to do that, but you can go to my podcast archive at www.nwwitapod.com. Again, that's www.nwwitapod.com. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/The Noirs Film Club. I plan on doing quick movie reviews on there, on camera as well. So that there is content that you can have access to that is not just the quick reviews that are like 3 minutes. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram at V_noir_. I am deleting my TikTok, so no longer that. But I probably will join Upscrolled really soon, so I will promote that in the future. And yeah, until next time, bye.